What's up, Savages? It's Saturday, July 13th, 2019. Hope you guys are doing awesome. Thanks so much to everyone watching, liking, subscribing, and all that good junk. You guys are awesome. It is much appreciated. We're back for another random coin mining show. I handpicked this particular crypto because it's a privacy coin and it's brand new and all that stuff. So I've been talking about it a lot. You see a couple of videos here, about the wallets and how to mine it and stuff like that. I did one how to mine previously that was just HiveOS and NVIDIA. So I figured I would throw out a SimpleMining and AMD GPU mining video. So that's what we're going to look at tonight. Let's get after it. Now I basically have about 10 projects that I'm currently focusing on. I'll do videos on them. I mean, I used to do random coin mining show and it was basically completely random, right? And over time, it just kind of turned into this other thing where I started doing polls and figuring out what people wanted to see as far as what cryptos they wanted me to cover and things like that. And then I kind of over time developed a top 10 list, so to speak, of GPU mineable coins, and that's pretty much what I've been focusing on. This one, Aero, is brand new. I don't know if it's going to end up on my list or not. Remains to be seen, but it is interesting, and that's why I'm kind of covering it these last few days. And yeah, so that's where we're kind of at with this. I don't think it would be wise to be interested in a whole lot of projects that you can't even keep up with. I mean, on the mining side, it's already hard enough to keep up with what's going on in the mining scene, much less track all these different cryptocurrencies and stuff. I mean, people use spreadsheets and stuff like that. I get it, but it's really time consuming, right? For me, if I was interested in a lot of different projects besides just 10 or 20 like I am now, I'd never sleep. I mean, I would be like nonstop. So that's kind of where I'm at. There's many projects that I'm interested in, but my main focus is on those top 10. I'm going to talk about Aero a little bit tonight, but let's go ahead over here and let's look at what's going on with the other, basically my top 10. Let's do a quick refresh here. And let's go with Aeon. And these are not necessarily in order. Wow, they are below 10 cents. That is crazy. Okay. A little worried about Aeon at this point. Let's go with Swap. Swap is doing pretty well. They're up 17% today, or the last 24 hours. Let's look at Zell real quick. Down a little bit. They were up to about 24 cents earlier in the year, so I'm looking for them to come back. Let's go with CCX. Down below 8 cents. Wow, they're getting hammered also. Ravencoin up a little bit, hanging around that 5 cent mark. Veil hanging around 12 cents, down 6% today. Let's look at Loki. Up a little bit. They've got a lot of great news coming out, and they're really banging on their roadmap and stuff like that. So these guys, I would definitely keep an eye on. Loki. Let's look at Nimic. Down quite a bit, 9%. And EGEM hanging around 2 cents. And then Bitcash down 10%. All right. So if you were to look at my top 10, you would say, man, why are you picking those? But I don't know. I think they got some room to grow. So clearly they have room to grow. So let's, fingers crossed, let's hope that things work out for them. Yeah, so for now I'm going to focus on those. We are going to talk about Aero a little bit tonight, though. So keep that in mind. We're looking at a market cap overall of 310 billion. Volume is at 64 billion, and BTC dominance is at an astonishing 65%. That's crazy. So yeah, BTC just killing it. If you switch over to the BTC comparative, actually there's a few alts that are up against BTC. So it looks like we're kind of going sideways a little bit. Not a lot of huge movers in there. All right, so let's also take a quick look at what I am currently mining. On the HiveOS side, NVIDIA rig, I'm mining Aero. And I have been since they launched their mainnet on Monday evening, or actually Monday morning at about 3 a.m. or something like that, Eastern Standard Time. On the SimpleMining side, these are the co-owned rigs. I don't own these rigs outright. We basically, every month, we take a vote, more or less, and decide what we're going to mine with these two rigs. 16 GPUs total, and for the past few months, we've kept them on concealed, CCX, another privacy coin. So that's what these two rigs are up to over there. So tonight we're going to take a look at a brand new privacy coin called Aero, and I already showed you I was mining it over here on HiveOS. Let's talk a little bit about it. To begin with, this is their website, arrowchain.io. Not much over here yet. I would assume that eventually it's going to have, all this information that's on their announcement thread over here on their website. It's just not over there yet. Give them a little bit of time to get that updated. And simply put, Aero is a truly private digital cash. All the transactions are private, and it's mandatory privacy. The Aero uses a proof of work mining algorithm called Equihash Heavy, which is 1927. The total supply of Aero is is 210 million, which is 10 times the supply of Bitcoin and Zcash. The block times are 45 seconds, which is 3.33 times faster than Zcash, because those are at about 2.5 minutes each. And Aero's block rewards, if you go to their announcement thread, you can see how that is laid out right here. So the mining reward for year one, quarter one, is 70. I guess we're in quarter 3. I don't know how they're going to do that, if it means the fiscal year or is it the annual year. I don't know. I suppose that right now we're probably at 70. That would make sense. And then it decreases over time. Some halvenings and things like that go on every 4 years, it looks like. All right, so let's look at mining this coin with SimpleMining and AMD. If you go to their Discord, there's a lot of help in their Discord, of course. Lots of new projects, focus almost solely on support with Discord. So if you head over to their Discord, which they don't even have a link over here, I don't think. I believe you have to go to their announcement thread, maybe. Let's see if there's a Discord link in here somewhere. Pools, community, here we go. Discord right there. So you would head over there and they can help you with most everything, but what we're going to be talking about is mining on SimpleMining and AMD. So let's get to that. And the way we'll start is, obviously this video assumes that you already have an AMD rig set up for SimpleMining and visible inside of the console here, right? So we're going to go to, if you want to mine Aero, you would go to group config. Let me show you the spreadsheet here real quick. So this is just the spreadsheet that I normally use for documenting the things that are necessary to actually mine a coin. So I've already filled it out. This was kind of left over from when we did the video on HiveOS and NVIDIA GPUs. But I'll paste this into this video's description so that you'll have it. So that's what we're going to be using to create this. But we're going to go add group, and then we're going to look for, we're going to need to use LOLMINER for this. I think you might be able to use, was it mini-Z or something like that? I think if you type in 192 up here, it'll come up. Yeah, mini-Z. I don't know if you can use that for this one. I know that most everyone recommends LOLMINER for Equihash on AMD. It's the same thing if you're doing Aeon or several other cryptos, so just keep that in mind. So I'm going to click use there. We'll give it a name of ARW_YouTube. Alright, and then for the miner options for coin, this is super important. It's kind of unique right now because it's brand new and things are, not set up all the way, I guess you could say, for all the different pools and all the different, miners and things like that. So I think you have to put in auto 192 _7. For the pool, we're going to use, if you go to miningpoolstats.stream and search for Aero. IceMining is still at the top. Wow, they've got a huge amount of hash rate. Still going to use them for now. So we're going to use icemining.ca. And then something else you have to add in here, I think this is like super important here, is overriding the personalization string. Because I would assume that you need to do that because the pools and the miners aren't aware of this particular coin on 192 _7, right? Or that particular algo. So we're going to put, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. Hang on. We're going to add in, I'll zoom up on this whenever I'm done here. So we're going to add in overwritePersonal Aero proof of work. That's a personalization string. So it's basically saying, okay, I'm going to force it to use Aero proof of work, right? This particular personalization string. That's what this is doing. And then if we go to pool, we're going to choose stratum.icemining.ca. And then the port is going to be 3880. Like that. And then my wallet receiving address is right here. So I'm going to grab that. They have a Qt wallet. I did a video on that earlier. A new Qt wallet 0.1.4, I believe. Alright, so at the end of this, we're going to use the variable. We're going to put a dot and then $RIGNAME, and that's going to give us, that's going to identify the rig. It's going to put the rig's name on the pool so you can identify what's happening with it. And something else kind of cool about IceMining, their pool, is you can actually set the minimum payout using the password field. So what we'll do is we'll use MP equals, let's set it to something weird like 73 so that we can see it change on the pool. And that's going to say the minimum payout is 73 Aero, ARW. So we're going to click, let me go ahead. This is so long that I can't even show you the whole thing at once, but I'm going to zoom up here a little bit so you can kind of see what's going on with what we have done here. And again, I'll paste this in the description of the video. Long address there. RigName variable in there. Then we also have pass MP equals 73, and I just did it a weird number so that we'll be able to see it on the pool whenever we actually assign this to a rig. So ARW YouTube is the group name. I'm going to click Add Group, and then we should be able to go over here to Rig List. I'm going to choose this bottom rig here. This is a 8 GPU RX 580 rig. I'm going to assign or click Rig Actions, Group Config, and then choose ARW YouTube, and then reload. The miner's already on there. So I did a little test earlier, so it's already downloaded and everything. And we'll take a look at the console here. I'll check the chat while I'm doing that. What's going on, everybody? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, Mac McDonald, you'll have to hit up their Discord and their Bitcoin Talk thread. That's where you'll see most of the information with what's going on with the coin and stuff. There's no exchanges, there's none of that stuff right now because it literally just launched mainnet on Monday, early Monday morning. So there's none of that going on as far as exchanges and stuff like that. Alex, I have 4 rigs here at the house. That's all I have. And 2 of them are not wholly owned by me. They've got other owners. It's a shared expense. Okay, so as you can see, we're getting a new job received here, and we did get a share accepted. So that's actually a good thing. That means that miner option string is good and things are working well. So if we go out to the pool, let's head over there. And if we go to wallet, and we're going to throw in, that is my address right there, so I'm going to just go ahead and click on it. But if you didn't have your address in there, you could just add it right here and then do a submit. And you can see, I should be able to see the name. Yep, here it is right here. Block Ring Mustafar is the name of the rig that we just added, and you can see that the see how the balance right here and the minimum payout changed to 73. That was like a weird number. Before I had it set to 1,000, right? But now it's 73, and you can change that with that password field. So if we go over here and we edit that group config again, or that group again, and we go, let's change it to, I don't know, what do y'all think? Let's change it to 80, just so that we can watch it happen, right? So I'm going to change it to 80, save. It's going to reload that miner and re-register it and all that stuff. And then over here at the pool, we should be able to refresh, and we'll see the minimum payout change to 80, right? So if I do a refresh, it's got to submit at least 1 share before it does that, so it might take a second. Refresh again, still 73, all right. Yeah, see, it's still firing up, so it takes a minute. Okay, so it got a job. Let's see if that's enough to get it to update, and it is. So right there you can see minimum 80. So that's how you control your minimum payout balance on IceMining. I guess that it will base it, because I'm mining with both of these. So I'm wondering how that's going to work is it going to be based on the last share submitted or the last miner that connects? That's a good question. I don't know when this will change. Will it change, you know, based on, because right now I'm mining with both of them, right? So the minimum payout, maybe it's per rig. I don't know how that works. Huh. Yeah, it's probably, I guess it's, I mean, this is a setting for the wallet though. So I don't know how that's going to work. Because I'm mining with both to the same wallet, so I don't know how it's going to affect the minimum payout. Might have to ask the pool operator that question, because I do not know the answer. But as you can see, we are getting accepted shares. All looks good. Not really going to go into overclock settings or anything like that, although you can see what mine are right here. And these are basically just left over from, you can see it's Kryptonite R overclock settings, because I just haven't made one for 192_7, and I don't know, I looked on Overcooked Panda's website, and I didn't see any input for, not a lot of people mine Equihash algorithms with AMD, so there was not a lot of data to look at. You know, this is just something that you'll just have to play around with. Maybe in the Discord, there'll be people that, you know, have specific overclock settings for GPUs, you know, RX 580s and whatnot, or all the new GPUs as well. But I don't have it, although I'm looking at these souls per second and they're not bad, you know, based on RX 580s. So I think that these settings are probably pretty good. And with these particular GPUs, man, whenever I start messing around with overclock settings, it seems like all hell breaks loose. I just can't, like it. These settings that are in here now seem to be the most reliable. You know, I mean, these rigs will run for weeks at a time, you know, with no problems. And then if I start messing with them at all, I start having problems. So I kind of, once things are set up and efficient and working, I go ahead and just let the thing eat. And that's kind of like my philosophy. I just let it go. So that's what's going on right now. I'm going to get this rig back on what it should be on, which is CCX. You guys saw that it was having accepted shares and all that, so all that was good. Here is the info again. I'll paste this in the description, of course, and so that you guys can have that. And because this is going back to a Kryptonite algo using, I think I'm using XMR stack. Let's see here. Yeah, XMR stack. It's going to take quite a while for that rig to come back up. It takes so long that it'll actually think that it's not communicating anymore. But then eventually it'll just come up. So that is going to do it for me, guys. I appreciate you guys hanging out. This is a pretty short video, 25 minutes or so. Not too bad. So there you go. There's SimpleMining. There's mining Aero on SimpleMining and AMD GPUs, and it all worked pretty flawlessly. So I think we're good to go. Thanks everybody for hanging out and on this Saturday night, and I'll see you guys next time. Stay savage.